Hi everyone. I've seen a comment in one of my videos asking my opinion on a certain English book, so I thought why not dedicate an entire video to address all study materials in general, because I think they're a topic very worth addressing. First of all, I think I should just be upfront and tell you straight away my honest opinion on generic English book. I think the majority of them, about 95%, it's complete rubbish. My biggest problem with those books is that they are unrealistic. The information probably hasn't been updated since 2001, and the chosen topics are not exactly relevant. Meaning, those are the kind of topics that you probably don't even bother to give a shit about. And the dialogues, in which class are you studying? I am in 8th standard. What about you? I am in 9th standard. Who says things like that in real life? Besides, if you pay attention, you notice that the range of activities that they have you involved in remains unchanged. It doesn't matter whether you're 8-year-old or 18, you'll still be doing the same kinds of things anyway. If not, multiple choices question, it would be mix and match or eliminating the wrong answer. Been there, done that, sick of them, period. I've never seen English as a kind of subject, as maths or physics, where you have to read maths or physics books in order to approach them. English, it's a language, which means it's not a static. It's an ever-changing, ever-evolving, living, breathing creature that you can find in everything, everywhere you look at. That entails that if you want to practice your reading skills in English, you just read whatever you feel like reading as long as it's English. Same go with other skills. I think the key to that is that we shouldn't perceive things too technically. Like, watching a cooking show doesn't mean you're not learning anything in English. Quite on the contrary. I think shows like MasterChef provide you a ton of practical vocabulary about culinary and food and cooking and stuff that I dare you to find in those fancy English documents you're so fond of. That approach leaves open not just a few, but an endless supply of resources. Great! Which can be annoying sometimes. Seriously? You have to ruin everything, don't you? Let me explain. This kind of aligns with the situation where you have a closet full of clothes, but you still don't know what to wear and not just wearing jeans and t-shirts like everyone else. The overabundance of options can be overwhelming and intimidating, so much so you decide it's better just stick with what you know best. The easy thing that you're most comfortable with. Now, this is not where I'm being patronizing on you. Oh, there's so many better options out there. You just haven't found it. I'm just speaking from my personal experience. Because a few years ago, it would strike me as a completely asinine thought to visit any other size rather than NIGEX. But at the same time, I was always struggling with expressing myself because my vocabulary wasn't versatile enough for me to be as eloquent as I'd like myself to be. So that was when I knew I had to change. And when I say change, I mean change for the better, not for the worse or the equivalent, because that would make no difference. So I replaced my People magazine for The Guardian, The Economist, The New York Times, and I've traded my precious mangas for novels. Still can ditch NIGEX though. God knows we need some mindless fun from time to time. And the reason I've been talking a lot about reading is because it's my favorite thing to do. So just find the kind of activity that you enjoy the most, that works out the best for you, and explore its capacity to the fullest. Now let's tackle the most nagging question, how much is enough? This is really hard to indicate a specific number because, well, first of all, everyone is different. Some people have no problems occupying themselves with research for hours without any issues. Some others, including myself, cannot sit their asses still for more than 1 hour at a time. Secondly, saying that feels too much like you're being forced into doing something you don't want. And that can develop a certain level of resentment against starting. Most importantly, it's about quality, not quantity. You can turn anything into an educational experience if you put your mind into it. Even if you're chilling out, having the time of your life on Facebook, you can still switch to your study mode by navigating yourself toward more informative sites. Pages of news channels or newspapers. YouTube also has great educational channels. My favorite being the Vlog Brother. Fairness is not the most entertaining thing to do, attaching yourself with mind-boggling issues around the world. I've had plenty of those moments of sluggishness, and what I try to do at the time is to push myself a little bit. Is give myself a margin of 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes staying on NBC, then I can go back to watching New Girl. Okay, let me just finish this blog post of 10-minute read, then I can go back to whatever makeup tutorials I feel like watching on YouTube. Most of the times, I find that 10 minutes pass by and I get sucked into whatever I'm reading, or I start browsing for more, having completely forgotten about New Girl or makeup tutorial altogether. So that is it for today's video. Again, this has been a completely personal opinion. It's fine if you don't agree with me, and I will see you next time.